What's up, guys? It's E from the Easy Entrepreneur YouTube channel. This video is about LLCs. So in the business, you don't need an LLC in the beginning. Obviously, like any other business, you should have an LLC eventually. There are some businesses that you need to jump into and have an LLC at first, like maybe like a cleaning business or something like that. But with this business, you don't. You need to make a couple sales, right? Get money coming, invoices paid out into your bank account, and then eventually dive into the LLC. Creating an LLC takes 5 minutes, right? There's tons of websites and stuff like that. You can create LLCs. And as far as structuring your LLC, there's a certain NAS, there's a certain codes that we use to identify the business and stuff like that. There are different ways to create an LLC that makes you readily available for funding. So you might not create your LLC based on the codes, that we use for this business. You know what I mean? Because you have high risk industries and low risk industries, and that will determine how you can get business funding and stuff like that. So I have two ways that we go about it. I do teach that in a course and stuff like that. We have two ways to go about it though. You know what I mean? But you guys create your LLC when you are making some money in the business, right? Maybe 2 months down the line, something like that. Create your LLC online, save all those documents into a Google Doc folder. You want to be organized so you know where everything is at all the time. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to store all this stuff in your head. You know what I mean? I see a lot of people that don't know where their logins are or stuff like that. You guys got to get better at organizing, having that stuff in a certain place where, whether it's Google Docs. I like using Google Drive and Google Docs. So like, get yourself a Google Drive account. It's free. Everyone that has a Gmail account has a Google Drive. Get a Google Drive, open up a folder, name the folder LLC, add all that LLC information in there. Maybe even label what the document is. So now when you need to go back to those documents, you can just find it. You don't got to go shift through all the documents in the folder. You just know that, okay, this is 2025 such and such articles of incorporation and such and so forth and so forth. 2025 is the EIN and so forth, right? With your LLC, obviously you want to check to see if you have, you want to name your LLC, your business name. Well, you could name your LLC whatever, and your business name could be something different. It could be that way, whatever works for you. But depending on how you're creating your LLC, you might have to make some changes. Might have to be a little different. Like for example, if you're going LLC business route, a business funding route, you want to have a consulting LLC for business purposes, even though you're using it for a different type of business. So then obviously your LLC name would be something consulting or whatever the case is. So you have that, you have your business phone number and stuff like that. You want to have all that stuff there and have it all on your website and stuff like that, one-page website. And you can create all that stuff, website, phone number, all of that stuff inside the CRM we use. But as far as creating LLC, very easy, 5 minutes online. All right, guys, text me, hit me up. We can talk a little bit more about this stuff.